Words cannot describe how happy I am that I have finally seen the newest Stephen King film that came out into theaters the other day ago, It. So, like I said, It is a Stephen King novel which is about a group of kids that live in Derry, Maine, and basically there's a clown living in the sewers that is killing kids. He like eats them, and he can also transform into your biggest fear ever. Like if you're afraid of a spider, he turns into a giant spider. If you're afraid of clowns, well, he is a clown, but like you get the gist. Let's talk about the cast of the kids first. So, you got 7 kids. That's a lot to handle in a movie that's only 2 hours and 15 minutes long, but they do it right. There is one downside is that some of the kids do get pushed to the side and they focus on like 4 other ones mainly, and then there's some that kind of get pushed to the side, which sucked, but like I could see why they did it because those characters didn't have, gigantic story arcs like the other ones did that were like crucial to the storyline. But overall, they just did a great job playing those characters. You really feel like they have the chemistry in real life and in the movie. Like, you really look at them and you're like, oh yeah, I could totally see those guys being friends in real life, because really they probably are, and it really shows in the movie. They all just did a great job. I think the biggest standout was Finn Wolfhard as Richie. We all know who Finn Wolfhard is. He's the dude in Stranger Things. So when he was announced that he was going to be in this movie, it was pretty obvious he was going to be the standout character, and he is. And I was worried about that because I was like, oh, well, he's done Stranger Things, so is he just going to play the same Stranger Things character? Trust me, he doesn't. He does not. I think the one downside to his character is that he's the comic relief in the movie, and sometimes his comedy can be a little, like, I wouldn't say over the top, but just unnecessary in some scenes where it's like something scary is happening and he's like, oh, penis joke, and then you laugh and you're like, oh, that kind of takes away from the scary scene. It didn't happen a lot, but it did happen a couple of times. I wouldn't really say it's a bad thing because I like comedy, but at the same time I like scary, and this is a scary movie. So I don't know. I guess I'm neutral on it. There are parts about it I liked and parts I did not. And also Bill Skarsgård. He does play the newest Pennywise. This is the second time we've seen Pennywise on the big screen, I guess you could say. There was a It miniseries back in 1990 that had Tim Curry playing Pennywise. To be fully honest, I've only seen half the first part of that miniseries. I watched it the other day ago, and I don't really get the hype for it. I don't really think it's that good. In my mind, it's actually pretty stupid. I get there are some people that grew up with it, so I would see why they would like it. But like when I watch it, like 27 years later, I just think it's pretty stupid. Like, Pennywise isn't that scary in it. He's just a fool. He's a joker. He's not really scary. He's just some middle-aged dude dressed up in a clown suit pretending, he works at the local prank store. But I don't know. I'm not really digging that one, so I don't know if I'm going to finish it or not. But Bill Skarsgård, he just kills it as this Pennywise. The look, the laugh, the voice, the eyes. Fun fact, if you've seen the trailer, you could probably notice at some scenes when they show Pennywise that his eyes are moving, like looking in different directions. Bill Skarsgård can actually do that. Like, no CGI, except for the color of the eyes, always used. He can actually move his eyes. That's really creepy. But yeah, Bill Skarsgård just does a great job as this character. I love that whole family. They're all just such good actors. From a visual standpoint, this movie is just beautiful. The colors, the contrast between the dark and the light, everything, like even the leaves blowing in the wind, it was just a really well shot movie, and I really liked it. Now, I think the real question everybody's asking is this movie scary? And my response to that is yes and no. If you have a specific fear of clowns, yes, it's going to be scary to you. But if you're someone like me who, you find clowns kind of creepy, but not really, the scariest thing in the world, I think you're going to be okay. There are jump scares in this movie, and, they're not the cliche jump scares, I will say that, where it's like, oh, you look around the corner and bam, it's right there. They kind of set up the jump scares, which I like, which the James Wan does in his movies. But, like, I wouldn't really say this movie's scary, but more unnerving. And I don't really want to go into too much about it, because I didn't even know it was going to be like this. But, like, towards the beginning scenes, not that scene. We all know about that scene, which I'll get to in a second. But, like, there's some things that they show that were just really creepy and unnerving. And I was like, oh, man. Like, I don't want to say what it is, but there's a kid named Ben. And he's the kid who's, like, he has no friends. And he's in the library. And he's looking at a book. And he notices something in the book. And he starts flipping the pages. And it gets closer to the thing. And when they reveal what it is, that actually really sent, like, chills down my spine. And it's not a jump scare. It's just something they're showing. It was freaky. Like, it actually really scared me. And I was like, dang. I don't know. And they do that a lot throughout this movie. They don't really want to scare you. They want to show you things that are unnerving because they're not trying to scare you. The tagline is, it feeds on your fears. And so it shows you things that are scary, but they don't try to make them scary. They want to freak you out yourself because that's what Pennywise tries to do. He doesn't try to scare you. He tries to freak you out. I want to quickly talk about the scene because I just said I would, but I don't want to talk too much about it. But that Georgie scene, one of the best scenes in the whole entire movie because I don't want to say how he gets killed. I mean, we all know how he gets killed, but they do a different take on it from the book and from the miniseries. But yeah, it's a great scene. It sets up Pennywise throughout the rest of the movie to be creepy because even the director himself said it's the very first scene with Pennywise towards the beginning of the movie, so we have to set him up to be scary throughout the rest of the movie because if we just have, him do what he did in the miniseries where we don't even show how he dies, he's not going to be scary throughout the rest of the movie. People are just going to be like, oh, we assumed the kid, dies. But we, want to show what actually happens because then the next time someone sees Pennywise, you know what he did. And it really did that. That scene, I know it's a bad situation because a 6-year-old kid's getting killed. It's a great scene, though. It uses CGI a lot, but it was pretty cool. It's sad, but cool. Now, did the movie have any downsides? Yeah, there was one scene that I just feel like could have been cut. And that scene is where it's a cleaning montage. It's the group of kids, and they're cleaning a bathroom. And the scene just felt really out of place. I don't know why they put it in the movie. I'm not lying. The scene, I wouldn't say it made me mad, but it was just like, oh, okay, the scene doesn't need to be in the movie. Let's just get back to the good stuff. It was just a really unnecessary scene, and it honestly could have been cut from the movie. It wasn't disappointing, but it was just like, oh, you don't really need that. It just felt really out of place, like it was just from another movie, and they just put it in that one. So I don't know why it was in there. I think it was meant to be funny, but I didn't get it. I didn't think it was that good. I think that was really the only downside I had to the movie. This movie was actually really good. I think watching Pennywise dance in this movie was probably one of my most favorite things from this year. I'm not lying. Pennywise dances towards the end of the movie. It was such a great dance. I don't know. It was just great dance. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. This was just such a great movie, and I'm so glad they nailed it, and I can't wait to see what will happen with Chapter 2. Because they are going to start filming, I think, next year, and they want to have it come out 2019. I don't know who they're going to cast as the adults. Hopefully some good people. I don't want them to get no names. I want them to actually get, real people that resemble the kid actors. But I'm really excited for it. Thank you all so much for listening. If you've liked what you listened to on here and you want to listen to more, go like, comment, and subscribe. That would be really helpful and I would really appreciate it. The links to all my social medias are listed down below in the description. Other than that, this has been A Talk in Depth.